Shane Bush.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of this committee. I want to talk about something that's not talked about much with this bill, and that's end-of-life treatment. My grandmother walked into a regular scheduled doctor's visit where a cancer tumor the size of a pencil eraser was found. And 8 months later, I was sitting on her deathbed, holding her hand and crying. My grandmother, at that time, I knew in multiple other states that medical cannabis is used as an end-of-life treatment that can alleviate some of these symptoms and keep a loved one more cognitive than the pharmaceuticals provided by hospice. My grandmother's morals and values wouldn't allow her to try an illegal substance, despite the new and emerging facts. My grandmother tragically passed away from the treatment and not the disease, and this was devastating to my family. 1 year later, my grandfather, retired Master Chief of the U.S. Navy, rapidly started to lose his memory, his ability to walk, and started hallucinating. And in 3 short weeks, one of the strongest men I have ever known now needed around-the-clock care that my mother and I shouldered. The next year proved to be challenging, to say the least, with multiple trips a week to the VA and almost every test known to man. My grandfather's conditions could not be pinpointed. I recall sitting with him in the same room my grandmother died in. He looked me in my eyes and said that he had accepted death, was no longer going to take his VA meds, and asked me to please get him some cannabis. I was then faced with a decision to either do what I honestly felt was right or stay in accordance with the law. Within 1 month's time of my grandfather refusing his VA meds and only using medical cannabis, he completely regained his life and independence. I'm not up here saying that medical cannabis will miraculously bring everyone back like it did my grandfather. But despite our differences, every one of us in here is going to lose another loved one. Medical cannabis used as an end-of-life treatment can alleviate these symptoms and ease this final transition. Men and women that are fighting for this bill are fighting for their families, and that's honorable.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Thank you so much. Representative Johnson.
I just have one comment, and forgive me because I did not catch your name.
My name's Shane Bush.
Shane Bush. I want you to know that I salute you for being here today. My grandmother, I lost her to cancer in 2011. And at the time, she was bedridden. I was the one giving care. And because she had TRICARE, because of my grandfather retiring from the military, she was prescribed a chemo pill after several failed treatments, and her body was not doing well because of the side effects, not the cancer. And at this point, the last treatment they gave her was a $10,000 chemo pill, which made no sense to me because at that time she was treated intravenously, being fed. And so that's why I share the frustration in the different medications we allow, the different reimbursements everyone makes from it. But you touch me because this is the story that I think everyone, especially those like me who have not made a decision, that's what we need to hear.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.